below freezing, that would be harmful to your body. So every time you breathe in air, your respiratory tract is warming that air and moistening that air so it's not harsh to your body. And of course, the essence of pathogens, you don't want bacteria and viruses that you're inhaling to constantly invade your cells. So the majority of that stuff that the average person inhales is not going to attack the tissues because the respiratory tract and the respiratory system is defending your body. And of course, producing sounds, vocalization. I'm doing it right now. When I expel air across my vocal cords and I manipulate them in addition to my mouth, tongue, etc., you're going to hear speech. So when it comes to the breakdown of what's in the respiratory tract, we can look at the upper respiratory tract and then the lower respiratory tract. So the upper respiratory tract is going to include everything from the nose down to the throat. And so if we start with our first slide here, we're going to do the external layers. And that is a fancy term for nostrils. So these are my external layers. The hole that actually leads into that opening to your respiratory tract, we call the vestibule. And the vestibule basically means like entrance or doorway. There are other parts of the body where vestibule is used. So here are the actual holes in my nostrils that entrance is called the vestibule. The nasal septum, septum is a term used in other parts of the body as well, like there's a septum in your heart that separates, for instance, the two ventricles from each other. In this case, the nasal septum is separating the two sides of your nasal cavity, where your nostrils are, and nasal conchae. The nasal septum is partially cartilaginous. So right here in blue, this is soft bone. This is cartilage of your nasal septum. And then a little bit further back, a little posterior slash slightly superior, you can see that this is bony, the perpendicular plate of the ethmoid bone. That's the good portion of your bony nasal septum, straight back here. And then just inferior to that is the vomer bone, and then the palatine bone is another part of it. So if your bones make up the bony nasal septum, this particular image is great for Grey's Anatomy. It's a perfect sagittal cross section straight through the middle of this nasal region. And then of course the nasal conchae, if we look at other parts on the sides or lateral to this septum, the nasal conchae are those twists and turns of mostly the ethmoid bone. There are a couple of bones involved, but the ethmoid bone is the majority of that twisty turny passageways leading air into the body. And along that you're going to have the production of lots of mucus. So mucus serves many purposes. One of them is catching dirt, catching fat before it gets deeper and causing infections. When you're sick, you're going to produce a lot more mucus, and that makes sense. Respiratory tract number 2, so if we keep looking at this area, the upper part of the respiratory system, the nasal mucosa is mainly in the nasal conchae region. But the reason I'm listing it here is, as you breathe air in and going down into the throat with pharynx, the nasal mucosa not only is catching bad stuff, bacteria, viruses, etc. that you're breathing in, it also warms the air and moistens the air. Very important, so it's not as harsh to your lungs. If you think about it, the air in this room right here, and possibly where you're at, on the Celsius scale is probably low 20s, 20 to 22 degrees, Fahrenheit scale, 70, low 70s. That's room temperature. But your body temperature, Fahrenheit, 98.9, some people 98.6, 98.2, what have you. That's a big difference. So when you breathe in air, it works at close to your body temperature, so it's not harsh to your lungs. And of course, moisture in air is very important too. You can say that the nasal mucosa humidifies the air, adds moisture to it as you breathe it. The pharynx also is the throat, which separates the three different parts. And here we are, top to bottom, superior and inferior. The nasal pharynx is the part of the throat that's adjacent to that nasal cavity or nasal conchae that you see here. So here are those, or these are part of those twists and turns of the ethmoid bone. And so that nasal pharynx region is the connection where every time you swallow, you're going to get a little bit of mucus radius. I know it's nasty, but that mucus radius is going to go down your throat. And that's great in terms of protecting your body. If you're catching bacteria and viruses in the mucus of your nasal cavity, a great way of finding kill it is when you swallow it and it goes down your throat and it's opposite your stomach. It's in your stomach, it's chewing enough to destroy those things. The oropharynx, oro coming from oris, mouth, oral, that's the area of the pharynx that's adjacent to the tongue. So this is the tongue, kind of a weird looking tongue, but that's how it looks when you have a sagittal cross section and it's inside the mouth. That's what the tongue looks like. And right here, that's called the soft palate. The most posterior or dorsal part of the palate is actually soft compared to the hard palate. And so the part of the front of the facial barrier, as you're eating something, swallowing something, that's going to be passing through there. You also can breathe through the mouth. Really your nose is meant for that. If you know a lot of mouth breathing, you probably notice that it tends to dry out the mouth over time. And you're also not going to get that really good humidifying of the air that you get with breathing into the nasal region. So that's the oropharynx. And finally, the most inferior part, the laryngopharynx, because the larynx is right there. So here we have, it's kind of like a fork in the road. Posterior passageway here, that is the esophagus. So when you do drink fluids, swallow like I just did, swallow food for instance, it's going to go down the esophagus. This is the larynx. Right here, you have the glottis passage point as a flap that's going to close on top of this passageway, so that when you do swallow, you don't want fluid and food going down into your lungs. That causes you aspirate, causes you stop breathing and so forth. So the laryngopharynx is that lowest part of the throat that's adjacent to the larynx. So when we look at the larynx, there are several parts involved, and there's this part right here. We say voice box, we're talking larynx, but there's more to it than that. If we start at the most superior part of the larynx, like I mentioned, we're starting at the epiglottis, which is right above the glottis. That's what the FEC is going to be, above something. Every time you swallow, the epiglottis flaps down, and it's the flap that closes on top of the glottis, and the glottis is the opening into the larynx passageway. Every time you swallow, that epiglottis is supposed to flap down, and the glottis is supposed to close, so that fluid and solids are not going into the larynx and trachea, your windpipe into the lungs. And we'll talk more about the glottis in a bit, just to the vocal folds or vocal cords. The cartilage, there's a lot of cartilage involved in the larynx. Real quick before we move on, the epiglottis is this structure right here. This is a cross-section, the nasal cross-section of the larynx, like we're looking from the side view. So this is the epiglottis, but it's not closed. So every time you swallow, it does close. This person does not swallow currently. You can't see the epiglottis in this shot, but if it were raised, you would see it poking out next to what's called the hyoid bone right there. So that would be where the epiglottis is. The glottis is just inferior to it. And you'll see a picture on the next slide. That's right in this region here. The cartilage, lots of cartilage going around, soft bone, that's protecting your airway. The thyroid cartilage is the most prominent one. The Adam's apple, if you've heard that term, we're referring to what's called the thyroid cartilage. See that in red. So here is the thyroid cartilage. And from that side view here, you take a cross-section through it, we're seeing part of the thyroid cartilage here.
If you write anything on a computer, you need to get graphics.
I write pretty much all day and revolution like that.
As a student, I like to college, especially everything that's right.
Revelers, spellers, any help with my writing, you can slide and say what I want to.
Can you actually all those there's no case, it's more I
I got with Gravity around person. That was just for
Grammarly is like my secret weapon for writing secrets.
This is the perfect tool for you. You don't want to hear secret
I use Grammarly for emails, social media posts, there are a lot of.
I use that as well, and Joe, man, has that before. Well, a woman has all these structures as well, but an adult female, because different sex hormones, is typically not visible. As a male through puberty, the size of the vocal folds and the larynx in zero is going to become more visible. The vocal folds, especially, are going to get broader and larger, and that's going to affect the voice. The voice tends to drop with age and with puberty, and female voice changes it too, but not as dramatic. Folds right here. If we were comparing the average male, adult female, typically the diameter and length is going to be larger in adult male compared to female. What we have control over is the tension. Depending on how tense we make them, that's going to change the pitch. So if I go, I'm actually changing the pitch. I'm making the vocal folds thinner. So if I go, I'm making them wider. And if you play a string instrument or play the piano, you're familiar with this. On a guitar, the particular strings that make the lower pitch notes, those are the thicker strings. And those other strings that actually do that higher flow there, the same with the piano. Remember piano hammers, the strings, the ones at the far right end, they're going to be thinner than the bridge vocals system. And so that's how it works in terms of making different pitches. And like I said before, in general, adult males have thicker, longer chords compared to female, but there, of course, are exceptions to correlation. Speech, what I'm doing right now, is a combination of phonation, just making sound, and articulation, actually making different types of specific voices. It's just the process of expelling hair. I'm actually expelling hair past the vocal folds in the glottis region. But articulation is when you take that sound and do it right now. Movements of the mouth, lips, and tongue are going to regulate that sound to make speech that's audible and understandable to somebody. If I didn't have my tongue, I could not make a wide variety of noises or letter sounds. So T, when you make a T sound, there's a very specific movement that your tongue has to make to make that T sound. If my tongue wasn't there, I still have the phonation ability, but my articulation would not be there. Trachea. So we're now into the lower respiratory tract. Remember that the upper respiratory tract is from the nose to the pharynx. We just started the lower respiratory tract with the larynx, and we're definitely in the lower part here. So the trachea, if you follow the path of your larynx, right here, I'm actually touching part of the trachea. If I press in, not too much, in something, so if I press in a little bit, I can feel little rings here. And I can actually feel vibration here going up here and then through the vocal cords, etc. So the other parts of the trachea you can't feel because it goes behind the membrane, these parts of the sternum, but you can touch this part. And actually, this is where they do a tracheotomy to bypass the upper respiratory tract to help someone breathe. We'll talk about that more in a sec. But the trachea is known also as the windpipe. This is that tube that's getting air into the lungs. It is a tough flexible tube with cartilage rings. So you can see those rings, as I mentioned a second ago. I can feel them right here. Those cartilage rings are kind of C-shaped, but pointing this way. Because the posterior or back portion is really not covered with cartilage in the sense that the anterior portion is. And the reason behind that is, if you remember from the previous slide, the esophagus is behind it. The esophagus is that food tube or liquid tube. That's posterior. So every time you swallow and a chunk or bolus of food is being moved down your esophagus, you want slight flexibility for your trachea to kind of accommodate that. So there's slightly less cartilage in the posterior portion so that there is a little bit more flexibility when you swallow something. So it is slightly flexible, not as much as these more posterior parts of the respiratory tree where it has that fit. Respiratory epithelium. So if you watch the previous lessons on different types of tissue in the body, what epithelium is, epithelium, a reminder, is those cells that cover the outer surface of an organ or the innermost surface, usually where there's a passageway, a lumen for air, liquids, foods to go through. In this case, air is passing through every time you breathe in, every time you exhale, air is going back and forth. And the rest of the epithelium, if you were to zoom in, see what's going on in the innermost part, the lumen of the trachea, and the lumen of the entire respiratory tree, you will see cells that are filled with cilia. And these cilia look like hairs. It kind of looks like a shag carpet. My grandmother's house, the house used to live in, had green shag carpet, very 70s. And really cilia looks like that. And they're constantly brushing up mucus, constantly. If you didn't have those cilia, then mucus generated down here, up and out, up into the throat, you could drown in the fluids that are produced in the lungs. Every time you have to leave That's where that shit is coming from. Yeah, some of it is saliva, but we experience that when we have a cough, when we are sick, and there's excess mucus production. We really do notice what the cilia are doing. People who smoke tend to destroy the cilia lining in massive ways, and you don't typically regenerate them. So when you lose the cilia, you don't get them back. And that's why somebody who's a chronic smoker smoking for years is more likely to get pneumonia, an infection associated with basically too much pooling of fluids in the respiratory passageways. A healthy person is able to get those fluids up and out. And the mucosa here in the trachea resembles that of the more superior structures. The production of mucus here is very similar to what you're going to see in the mucosa of the nasal passageways and the pharynx. When we go a little bit more inferior, we get to the bronchi and the bronchioles. Bronchioles basically means miniature, tiny bronchi. So this is plural, the word bronchi. A bronchus, we replace the I with the US, is one of them. So here, right here in this picture, is one bronchus. Here's the other bronchus. These are actually called the primary bronchi. Primary bronchus on the right, and this is the left primary bronchus. So there's one for each lung. This is an anterior shot. We're looking through the chest of this person. So even though this is on your left, this is where the right lung is. This is where the left lung is. So right primary bronchus, left primary bronchus. And it goes in sequence from primary, secondary, and tertiary. As I said, this is the primary one. These in here would be your secondary bronchi, branching off it, and then you get into your tertiary bronchi. So it is like a branching tree that's upside down. And they get smaller diameters you belong, and they have less and less cartilage. By the time you get to what are called the bronchiole. Are you sick of flipping pages to learn anatomy? Are you bored of uninspiring atlases and flashcards? CanHub offers you a guided and engaging alternative. Our online platform introduces you to a new personalized learning experience. By using videos, interactive quizzes, and a great variety of multimedia content, you will easily boost your learning curve. Complex anatomy topics are clarified by beautiful illustrations, which are verified by experts. Wherever you are, whenever you want, your CanHub anatomy trainer is always available. You decide how much and how fast you want to learn. CanHub measures your success and helps you understand your strengths and weaknesses, so you can constantly improve your knowledge. Say goodbye to ineffective books and flashcards and discover a new learning experience with CanHub. Register now at www.canhub.com for a free demo. And less and less cartilage. By the time you get to what are called the bronchioles, which are branching off of all of these tertiary bronchi, you're not going to have any cartilage at all. And then the flip side, as you move through and you get less and less cartilage, you're able to expand and contract those passageways more. The cartilage isn't kind of inhibiting it. And that's good in terms of like getting more air or less air into your lungs when the need is there. And yes, smooth muscles are lining the bronchi and bronchioles. Those smooth muscles, especially at the deepest parts, especially at the ends, are going to allow for dilation and contraction of these passageways. The bronchioles, as I said, are like little tinier branches that are coming off of the tertiary bronchi. The tiniest little branches leading to the leaves, and the leaves, where you can see the analogy of the tree with the alveoli coming up in the next slide. With the little drawing of the hair, I'm not even doing justice. There are so many bronchioles. And like I said before, the cartilage that you see, these little grayish rings, you can see they get reduced and reduced against the tertiary bronchi. But you get the bronchioles in the cartilage. And you're having a much thinner tube. You've got that respiratory epithelium still in there. And you have a greater degree, percentage-wise, of expansion, relaxation, or dilation, and contraction. Or expansion, relaxation, and the same things. It's dilation and contraction or constriction. So here's bronchodilation versus bronchoconstriction. When it comes to manipulating your blood vessels, there's vasodilation and vasoconstriction. So here we just replace that previous with something that corresponds to the lungs. Bronchodilation is the expansion of bronchioles and other passageways in the lungs, and bronchoconstriction is the opposite. Bronchodilation tends to be associated with the sympathetic branch of the autonomic nervous system that came up in the nervous system like before. That fight or flight response, you want to get more volume of air to your lungs with each breath. When you're relaxed and in a rest and digest or parasympathetic mode, that's going to be more associated with the bronchoconstriction. The alveoli, like I mentioned a moment ago, those are the leads, in a sense, on this respiratory tree. And then the air sacs within the lungs. It's like the final destination for the air flowing through your respiratory tree. So these air sacs, this is a nice animation of what they look like. Here's a little alveolar bundle, and each of these is an alveolus. So this little sphere, alveolus. They are one cell thick. So if you take a cross-section through one of these microscopic air sacs, you would see that they're all just surrounded by one cell thick. So here's one cell with a nucleus, one cell. That's a single alveolus. And inside there, that's the lumen. That is the space where air can travel into. And this is made of simple squamous epithelium. Came up in that tissue lesson from before. Just like capillaries, the smallest blood vessels of your body, being one cell thick. These are also one cell thick. And this is very interesting. Right here, you look at the red and the blue. That's a capillary network. Capillary network surrounding the alveolar bundles. And it's great that air only has to pass through two cells. It passes through the cells of the simple squamous epithelium around this alveolus, and then it goes into the capillary. And then the wall of that capillary is also simple squamous epithelium. And so you have very adequate diffusion. If it was like 10 cells thick, it would be harder for air to travel through. It would happen as quickly and efficiently. Each lung has approximately 150 million alveoli, so about 300 million alveoli in your lungs as a whole. That's amazing to think about. And these are very tiny air sacs. People who tend to smoke tend to damage these little borders of the alveoli. They tend to pop them and make the holes bigger, the spaces bigger in their spongy lungs. And you might think, well, if they make the spaces bigger, oh, that's great, then they can get more air in there. It doesn't work that way. You want to have a large surface area, meaning having lots of different tiny bubbles or tiny alveoli is going to make it more efficient for getting a lot of air into your bloodstream rather than having bigger holes. So that surface area is very important. I read that if there's an approximation, if you take all the alveolar parts, all the alveolar membranes, the simple squamous epithelium, if you were like taking out a body and lay them out like little tiles, it would cover a tennis court. That's amazing to think about, that tissue is in your lungs. So like I said before, every alveolar bundle is surrounded by a capillary network, which you see in this picture. A capillary network is getting oxygen into the bloodstream and getting CO2 and carbon dioxide into the alveoli for expiration or exhalation in the body. Also, you see these little green lines. The green part is the lymphatic vessel, lymphatic tissue, which has to do with protecting your body and your immune system. So you do have this great kind of security checkpoint in a sense, so that if viruses or bacteria get through the upper respiratory tract all the way through down to the bottom of your respiratory tree, you have this last line of defense before something enters your bloodstream to be able to take care of it. And also with this little cross section, if you were to look really closely what's going on there, you will see macrophages giant white blood cells that eat up bacteria viruses. You would see them here patrolling the lawn and sitting there waiting for something to come by and eat it up. So people with a good immune system, a strong immune system, are going to do a great job with their infectious tissues here, kind of screening the air, kind of get rid of that bad stuff that's coming in. Surfactant, the last thing I want to mention is respect to alveolar bundles. Surfactant is a chemical that's a combination of phospholipids and protein that has to do with reducing the surface tension. So, if you want to surfactants, your alveolar sacs would tend to collapse. You don't want that to happen. Surface tension is a good thing because it has to do with getting stuff out of the air into water. And we want to get stuff out of the air, specifically oxygen, into the fluids of the body, through the alveolar walls of our capillaries. But if the surface tension is too high, these little bubbles, you can think of them as being like little bubbles in the air. They would collapse. They would cease to be how they should be. So surfactants is the secretion right next to that liquid part of it that helps keep the alveoli expanded properly so that we can continue to be there. Now, if you don't have enough surfactant, the little air sacs can collapse. And the problem, one of the problems with some premature babies is that they're born very early on in their trimester. Let's say they're 2.5, 3 months premature. Not only are their organs in general underdeveloped, and they're very small weight, and they can lose heat fast, there's a lot of factors that are a problem. But the amount of surfactant that that baby has produced is not nearly what it should be when they're born. So they actually will supplement their little premature body with surfactant so that their lungs can maintain the alveolar integrity in terms of them being expanded enough to continue to get air to the body. The lungs as a whole have these spongy organs that have that respiratory inside them. The right lung has 3 lobes, a bit bigger than the left lung, which has 2 lobes. And once again, this is an anterior or ventral shot. Here is this person's right lung, here's this person's left lung. And you can see there's a little indent here where the heart should be. So that little nook right there is where the heart is nestled. So that is why the left lung is a little bit smaller to accommodate the heart. And if you count the lobes, yes, there's 1, 2, 3 here. 1, 2, the left lung. There are 2 fissures, little borders between the lobes. Right here is a horizontal fissure, here's an oblique fissure, diagonal one. Here's another oblique fissure. The right lung is a bit broader, left lung longer. There's just right. So if you look at the right lung, it is a bit wider. The left lung, a tad bit longer. The reason why is if you look at where the liver is situated, the liver is more on the right side of your upper abdominal cavity, so the left lung doesn't go down quite as far to accommodate the liver, which is right here. Of course, the border between the thoracic cavity and the lung abdominal cavity is something called the diaphragm. We'll mention more about that in a bit. The spongy appearance and the spongy consistency of the lungs is because of the alveoli. All of those microscopic air sacs scattered around adjacent to the ends of those bronchioles is going to make it have that spongy look and feel. And the lungs are surrounded by membranes. There are 2 membranes. Each of them are plural membranes, not plural like more than one, but pleura. The pleura, you have 2 of them. One of the membranes is directly on the lungs, and there's a liquid layer between them, and then there's pleura on the inside of your thoracic wall, or the thoracic cage where the ribs are. Speaking of pleura, like I said, the membrane that's around to protect the lungs is 2 layers. So the parietal pleura, on this particular image, they call it the costal pleura, because remember, you saw the lesson as with the ribs and the exoskeleton. The costal term means ribs. So the muscles between the ribs, it's called intercostal muscles. There's costal cartilage, which is right here. You can use that term too. So what you call costal pleura or parietal pleura is adjacent to the inner thoracic wall and the diaphragm, which is the muscle right below the lungs, or inferior to the lungs. The visceral pleura is the one that's right on the surface of the lungs. So that is adjacent to the more superficial part of the lungs. We can call that the pulmonary pleura. Remember the word pulmonary, this happened to remember this is heart lesson, or blood vessel lessons. Pulmonary always has to do with the lungs. So instead of using the term visceral pleura, you might see it called pulmonary pleura in certain textbooks. So what's this here? Not only is it protecting the lungs, but that liquid that's in between. So you can see that this black region is the cavity that the 2 pleural membranes forms, and over here is actually adjacent to the pericardium sac surrounding the heart. What's the purpose? Well, it helps keep the lungs elastic. If the amount of pressure that's inside of this pleural region were to be changed, it would change the ability of the lungs to expand and contract adequately. For instance, let's say there was a hole. It's called a pneumothorax. If a hole was in one of these membranes and air could leak in or out, you could get a collapsed lung, even if it's a tiny hole or puncture. So I just want to show you that there is importance to have that elasticity remain adequate. And it's also lubrication. Just like with the fluid that's inside the pericardial sac of the heart, the fluid around the lungs, it's like keeping a well-oiled sheet. You are expanding and relaxing your lungs all throughout the day, every day of your life. So not only is it helping maintain the elasticity of the lungs, but it's also for lubrication because they're moving constantly. So the breathing mechanism, how do we actually physically breathe? The diaphragm has a lot to do with it. So right under the lungs, so let's say here are the lungs. Underneath there, you're going to have this dome-shaped muscle that goes right under the lungs and curves around into the capsules, the most inferior parts of the rib cage. And it is the border between the abdominal cavity and the thoracic cavity. So it's a thin, tough, dome-shaped muscle that separates those 2 cavities. Contraction expands the thoracic cavity. So think about this. Every time you take a deep breath, the diaphragm moves down. So imagine that I answer the diaphragm, and I go, the diaphragm moves down like that. And when I exhale, it moves back up. And it takes the pressure inside here, and when you take that pressure, the gas pressure, and you increase the chamber size, it reduces pressure, and that draws air in. It's part of the gas laws. If you get a reduction in pressure, it's going to move air outside. And then conversely, when you take that diaphragm and relax it so that you take the amount of air in the thoracic cavity and reduce it, that makes the pressure increase, and that expels air out of that cavity. And actually, a cool thing to do with a water bottle, and you take a, let's say, sports drink water bottle, not one of the thin water bottles, but one of the tougher ones, is you cut it halfway and take a balloon, and stick the balloon on the inside of the opening of the water bottle, and attach it, and actually look like this. So here's the opening. Take a balloon, take a blue balloon, and put it on the inside here, and you take the lip that you want to blow through, and put it on the outside here, and then you take another balloon and cut it so that it's just enough surface area to attach to the bottom here, and you have to tape it to the bottom of the water bottle, this water bottle. If you were to grab the bottom balloon part and pull on it, that's like the diaphragm. You pull on the bottom, it's going to take the amount of air here and it's going to reduce the pressure because you still have the same amount of air in there, but how you give it more space. And that pressure reduction is when you draw air here. You listen to the balloon expand. That's how your lungs work. And that's why I mentioned in the previous slide about the importance of the pleura and having that liquid layer. If there was a leak in there, your lungs' ability to expand and contract is going to be significantly reduced and affected. So you can do this at home. It's a nice demo of how lungs work. So these intercostal muscles are another part of the breathing mechanism. So when I'm doing more shallow breathing, I'm not making as much of a dramatic contraction and relaxation of my diaphragm. There's also all the muscles in between the ribs of my thoracic cage. The contraction of those particular intercostal muscles is going to elevate the ribs and the sternum so that my breastbone moves up and out and the ribs move up and out, and that's going to further increase the space that's inside the thoracic cage, and that reduces the pressure within here and draws air. And the opposite happens when you exhale. Those intercostal muscles are relaxed, bring the cage back down, and cause air to leave the lungs. So diaphragmatic breathing and costal breathing, if I do take a really deep breath, you can notice that there's much more of a diaphragm effort there. And more shallow breathing, kind of you're just sitting there and you're thinking about breathing. You don't need to take deep breaths if you're just sitting there in a relaxed mode. You don't need to have that deep kind of breathing. It's called that costal breathing because just moving your chest a little bit up and down is going to be enough to get air in and out. Forced breathing is another story. So forced breathing is even more significant than the deep diaphragmatic breathing. That could be using stress, overexertion, hyperventilation. There's something this. So forced breathing is where your abdominal muscles and other accessory muscles are going to assist with getting air in and out. Abdominal muscles can, if they're acting in addition to the upper ones, they can force your diaphragm to do more dramatic contractions. They're actually right next door of it. So that forced breathing is going to be something that usually accompanies stress, some kind of problem in terms of the need to have that forced breathing, really dramatic breathing. If you're wondering what causes a hiccup, testing the diaphragm, a hiccup is basically a very short inhalation. If this is the diaphragm, it's a spasm in the diaphragm. So normally when you breathe in, the diaphragm does a hiccup. So what causes that spasm in the diaphragm? A lot of different things. Eating too fast and sucking too much air as you're eating quickly could irritate the diaphragm. Also, I've experienced this. You may have to. Laughing a lot could bring on hiccups. The theory behind that is really intense laughing. It can involve quick contractions and relaxation of your abdominal muscles. And the abdominal muscles are right next door to where the diaphragm is. And that could irritate the diaphragm and cause spasms to occur from hiccups. When it comes to respiratory volumes, this describes the different levels of breathing in terms of how big of an inhalation are you taking, how big of an exhalation are you taking. If we start over here, this line here, that's just called tidal volume. It's kind of like your regular breathing, you're just at rest. And I know on the y-axis here it says milliliters per kilogram, but it's easy to think about just the total volume involved. For the average person, this is about half a liter, 500 milliliters. So I'm going to move my pen along here and show you what's involved. So here we go. So I'm taking inhalations and exhalations. That's very shallow here. Here's the big one. So there you saw what happened. I went way beyond that typical tidal volume information and took in as much air as I could at that moment, and that's called inspiratory reserve volume. So your lungs can take a lot more air in than you normally do with this tidal volume, just 500 milliliters in, 500 milliliters out. And here I went another, getting close to a couple liters, and that's when you need it. So if you're taking a big breath here, so you're going to hold your breath, you're getting ready to do something, you're going to need to take a bigger breath there. And that's the inspiratory reserve volume, which is the amount of volume your lungs can go past that tidal volume. And then I exhaled so much, I even exhaled past that tidal volume level and tried to exhale as much as I possibly could out of my lungs. Below the tidal volume, they call this expiratory reserve volume. And it stops here instead of going all the way to zero because you don't want to let every last bit of air out of your lungs, or your lungs will collapse. If you take all the air out of your lungs, there'd be no air pressure or gas pressure, and it would cause the lungs to just deflate. And a collapsed lung is not good for breathing. So this typically what's called residual volume. It's, I think, a little less than a liter in the average person. So residual volume is the amount of air that tends to stay in your lungs. Now, if you get hit really hard, let's say the abdominal area, that could cause someone to say, oh, they lost their breath, they got a wind knocked out of them, wait for that to be suppressed. That could cause some of that residual volume to be expelled, and the person can have trouble breathing. So it's good that residual volume is kept in your lungs so that your lungs don't collapse. Right here, this inspiratory reserve volume plus tidal volume, this should actually be phrased as inspiratory capacity. So this is your total volume for the amount of inhalation that you can take in terms of the amount of air. So inspiratory is like saying, the quality of inhaling. So inhalation, inspiration, same thing, distance. All of this area below tidal volume, the amount of air that you can exhale below that, including the residual volume, that's called the functional residual capacity. So that's ERV plus RV. And then the total amount of air from the total max you can inhale to the total max you can typically exhale is called vital capacity. That's the range you have control over. So it's a lot, and of course you don't want to get rid of this, but if you add together the vital capacity and residual volume, that's the total volume of air that you can possibly take in your lungs. That's known as the total lung capacity. And of course, this is variable in terms of the precise measurements. I mentioned 500 milliliters earlier for the tidal volume. In someone that's really petite, it'll be less. In someone that's really large, has really large lungs, it can be more.